Welcome to the Valve Studio. Now that I have my Mectron record player mod completed, I'm free to work on the next project. I have a lot of things lined up. I'm going to go over some options today. All the things I talk about today I'll get to in future videos. So if I don't pick the one you think is cool or interested in, just be patient. I'll get to that at some point in the future. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the first options right here. This is an amplifier that I picked up at Habitat for Humanity Restore. It is it's called a Hilton. I don't know what they're actually calling this thing, but it actually has a turntable input and two microphone inputs here. It has a cool VU meter right in the center of the speaker, and if you I spun this around, I looked in the back. This particular one has giant transformers in it, and it has, for some reason, 3 6L6s. And I suspect that one of those 6L6s is used as a phase inverter. I don't know. I can't find any information on this. I have written the manufacturer. They're in Houston. Let's see what they come back with. But this is option number 1. Let me move on to option number 2. Here's option number 2. This is from a company called Philotone. It's a Pilot AA903. It has 2 6L6s as output tubes and a 6CA4. This is the phase inverter. It's a preamp tubes right here. And I got a copy of the Sam's PhotoFact right here. So this is option number 2. Slide this over here. Here's our next option. I picked this up at a garage sale somewhere. It is an HS-960A, and it's got an interesting configuration. It's got 3 transformers, or maybe this is a choke. I don't know, but if you look down here, here is the tube layout, and you can see that it has a base circuit as well as a right and left channel. So this definitely came out of a stereo at some point. I did some poking around, and I found this. It is actually a Motorola, what's called a Vibrasonic. This was in the early days of stereo. They sold it in 2 configurations. One was this console unit, and then they had another one where there was a separate, a woofer enclosure with 2 satellite speakers. I don't know what this came out of, but I have it here. These 2 tubes here run with this power transformer, and then these 2 here are the right and left channels. So this is a push-pull amplifier for the bass driver, and then these are 2 single-ended outputs for right and left tweeter, so to speak, the high frequency drivers. So we can look at a lot of aspects with this thing, and actually I have a need for this here in the Valve Studio. I have a Bose setup with a woofer and 2 satellite speakers, and this would be perfect for that. So I do have a use for this, and I'd like to get this going. Okay, which brings us to our last option. Let me go wheel it in here. This thing's a beast. Oh God. This is a Marshall JCM800. It's a 50-watt model. It's got 2 EL34s. I got this set in the estate sale. It works, kinda. It does have a reverb in it, and that circuit just produces a lot of noise. You turn up the volume, and it's just all noise. It also runs, well, it's super loud, but then at some point it just fades out and it stops running. I got to take this all apart, kind of clean it up a little bit, and we'll go from there. So this is option number 4. It's a backbreaker. Need to work on my upper body strength. So those are the 4 options. I got that Hilton record player amplifier. I have this simple Philotone right here. I have that tri-amp, and then I also have the JCM800. They're all push-pull amplifiers. I want to go through and do the exact kind of analysis I did before with that Metron amplifier. So I want to do a complete DC biasing analysis, and then also check that. And then I want to look at frequency response, power output, distortion, the same types of things I looked at for the record player. I'm going to go determine which one of these would be the best match to start with, and then I'll go through and do that same analysis for all 4 of them at some point in the future. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. This is the Valve Studio.